by 2014, 2015, the CDFI industry had really begun to hit its stride. It was really getting comfortable with itself in a sort of a leadership role in its communities and in its states and the nation, and was really ready to take on, bigger and more difficult challenges in some ways. And so in that process, in starting about 2013, 14, we started to really address our achievements and our lack of achievements in racial justice and racial equity. That conversation really started and began to grow and took root in some ways. And, we looked at the things that CDFIs have been able to do after 9/11, when CDFIs in Manhattan in general were able to do sort of emergency lending, and various hurricanes where CDFIs had stepped in. And then particularly through the housing crisis, 2008, 2009, 2010, when CDFIs really stepped up and got a lot of really visible recognition and appreciation from everybody, from bank presidents to, mayors and governors and all that sort of stuff. So there was something going on there that we were sort of getting ready for. And I left in 2016. It's an incredibly rewarding and satisfying thing to me to see the industry took off. Hopefully not exactly because I'd left, but after I left, the industry really took off and really embraced new challenges, new approaches. All the things we were trying to encourage and next became almost second nature in the industry. People were really trying to be innovative. We became much better at advocacy. When COVID came, and then the racial uprising following the murder of George Floyd came, and public officials, governors, mayors started asking CDFIs to take on roles that they wouldn't normally take on and to do major leadership roles, with the theory that you're the ones who are close to the ground. And there was an understanding of CDFIs and how they could work, that they would get the money to the people who really should get the money, that they would make this work, that they would figure out, in Pennsylvania, where the governor asked CDFIs, through one CDFI, but asked CDFIs to give out ultimately, I think about $210 million in emergency grant funding to small businesses, particularly BIPOC businesses, knowing that they would be the ones who would be most hurt and least likely to have the resources to be resilient. The CDFI industry just stepped up and made it happen. And that was something that I don't know that we would have had the confidence, or what we like to call the institutional ego, the sense that we really believe in how important our work is. And that has come to pass. And the industry today is playing a much more relevant, a much more productive, and a much more sustainable role in more areas. So the introduction, the awards recently with the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund are unprecedented, and will create all sorts of challenges for the CDFI industry and all sorts of opportunities for the CDFI industry. And I'm absolutely sure the industry will find a way to step up to make it successful in a big way, probably more than anybody could imagine. It won't be easy. It won't be quick. It won't be automatic, but that'll happen.